The Square Ball Podcast.
Well, welcome to this very special edition of the Square Ball Podcast. Dan and Michael here with a guest who's joining us from Switzerland, none other than Gaetano Berardi. Gaetano, welcome to the show. Nice to speak to you.
Thank you. Nice to be here with you.
So, talk us through what you've been doing then since you left Leeds then. What happened at the end of last season when you finished?
I came back home with my family in Italy where we live. And we stayed there till January. I had to keep myself fit for 6 months. And finally I could find a new club.
Was it difficult finding yourself a new club then, given the problems that you'd had with your knee when you finished at Leeds?
Yeah, it was not easy. I had a few options in the summer, but not because of me. We couldn't find a deal. I was ready to go in a few clubs in Serie B in Italy, but at the end I decided to sign other players. So I moved on and now I'm here.
Was there any opportunity for you to remain in England, or were you ready to go home?
No, I didn't talk with anybody in England. So I decided to go back home to try to find a new club in Italy or Switzerland. So that was my idea.
So you didn't fancy a little spell at Derby, maybe?
Yeah.
And you've just become a father recently as well, haven't you? So how is parenthood going for you?
Yeah, it's good to be father. It's a good job, keeping us busy every day, me and my wife. But it's what we wanted. So now we will live our life with the baby. Try to do our best for him.
And what was it like leaving Leeds United then? Talk us through the finish of your time at Elland Road.
It was hard. It was hard for me, for my family, because we spent a lot of years in Leeds with the people, with the club. But it was a decision we took before the end. So I was thinking about it in the months before the end of last season. So I took it in a good way. I spoke also with the club, with the coach before the end. I told them that that was my decision. So it was hard because it was like leaving a lot of friends, a good place, like a big part of our life. But it's still there. Leeds is still there for us. We know we can come back when we want. So it was just a decision we had. We wanted to take for our life, for my career as well. So it's okay now. I'm moving on with my career and with my wife, my life.
Do you feel like you achieved everything you wanted to achieve at Leeds United?
Yeah. I said this before. My dream was to go to Premier League, to take the team to Premier League. What I was thinking before was never to play in Premier League. It was just to take the club in the first division. That was my biggest dream. We did it. I was there, and it was the biggest gift in my career.
What did it feel like, not physically but mentally, when you got the injury as well? Did that really affect you?
When that happened, it was really hard to take it. But it was a day of celebration. So I say fuck the injury. I just want to enjoy the day, enjoy the celebration. So that was my feeling.
A little champagne and a little beer just to take the edge off the injury.
Yeah, exactly.
So how is life now in Switzerland? It took you time to get the club. Tell us about your new club.
It's a good chance for me, a big chance. I spoke with the coach before Christmas. He asked me how I would feel. He knew I was not playing with anybody, so he just wanted to see me in the training session. So we decided to come here, and after 4 weeks we signed. So I came at the club in a good level, because I worked well in the last 6 months. So I came here to Sion, and I was feeling well. I did what I had to do. So we signed the contract.
What is the difference between Leeds and Sion?
Well, it's different league, different teams. The level is also different, but Super League in the last 10 years improved a lot. We can see really good players playing for the league, good teams playing in the Europa League, Champions League. So it's a big level, and like I said, it's a good chance for me to play in this league, to play in a good level. So I'm happy about it.
And the training must seem easy after a few years of Bielsa.
No, it's not easy, because it's different, completely different. But the coach is pushing us every day in a different way. So I find the sessions hard, even here.
How hard is it to train under Bielsa, though? How difficult is that?
It was hard in many ways. Physically, of course, and also mentally, but with the help of everybody at the club, in the team, with the guys, we were pushing ourselves every day, helping each other. So it was good to be there. I improved a lot. I can see now in the training session I'm still running a lot because of of the training session I did under Marcelo.
And did some of the players hate those training sessions under Marcelo?
It's not hating. It's just hard. But you see that you will feel good in the games, in the weekend. So you know why you do it, and you know how you have to do it. So it's fine.
How much more does Marcelo ask of his players physically compared to a different coach, the average, let's say?
But it's not easy to explain, because it's a kind of way where he tries to make everything perfect, like your private life, your way to train, the food you have. Everything has to be perfect. You have to be like a perfect, not a perfect football player, but a perfect athlete, before be a football player. So that's the base Marcelo tries to build the team.
So when you look at Leeds United today, what do you see? Because it doesn't feel very happy at the minute.
Well, of course, it's not easy. It's not easy playing in the Premier League. We could see last season was a great season for Leeds. It was something new. It was like a new experience for everybody, for the players. The second year, it's also that other teams, they know Leeds United, they know how they play. So they take Leeds in another way. It's like they take Leeds more seriously than last year. This is an example. So that's why the second year in Premier League for the promoted teams is not it's not easy. But we can see they are still in a good position. Leeds is still in a good position. The gap is good. So it's a part of the season, very difficult, where you have to fight. You have to fight to keep the position, to keep the faith. And the good thing is that there is still a positive way to see.
Do you still speak to people in the dressing room at Leeds, even though you're in Switzerland now?
Not at the moment. I was busy in the last months because I was trying to find a club, but it was good to come in Leeds before Christmas to see everybody. The welcome was unbelievable, and I can't forget it.
How did that feel to be on the pitch again?
It was nice. It was nice to see the full crowd, the full stadium. It was nice also to go to the training ground to see everybody before the sessions. So it was good feelings for me to be there, to see everybody.
And you saw your friend Pontus as well, who was playing for Brentford at the same time.
Yeah, it was lucky to be able to come at that match. So I spoke to him. He said to come at the hotel. And we spoke for an hour. Was happy to see me, exactly like I was happy to see him. Was a big friend. He's still a big friend to me, to some of the lads. So it's good. It was good. Great days.
What do you think of the end of Pontus at Leeds, the way he left? That was sad.
It was sad, yeah. He was sad too, because I think he wanted to stay, but there was a decision the club took. The club also spoke with Pontus. They explained what was going on. But like in football happens many times, you have to move on. He was a great player. Was a great player for the team. Great character. But we can see he's doing very well in Brentford now.
And are you in the same team as Adrian now at Sion?
Yeah, still here with me.
Has he said anything about Leeds?
Yeah, he asked me how are the boys, how is going on in Leeds and stuff like this. He still has a good memories about his experience in Leeds. It was not the best season, but he has good memories.
If you could go back and maybe change one thing, I mean, the injury is an obvious thing, but if you could change something about your time at Leeds, what would you change?
I would change some little aspect in my character. I probably could have controlled something in a better way sometimes.
Because you got sent off on your first appearance, on your debut, didn't you, in the cup game?
Yeah, but that was an accident. But in other moments, I probably had to control myself much better. Like
the playoff semi-final, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you look back on that game now? Because I don't think we can properly explain what happened there, can we? We struggle to explain what happened in that second leg. Can you explain it?
No, I cannot explain, but I can see, if I think about that day, I can see it was like a blackout in the second half. And I think it was when they scored before the end of the first half, that was the moment where we gave up in some way. We tried to play the second half. We tried to react. And the way we react was not the best. And an example, my red card was an example. you want to do something, you want to push, you want to fight. Sometimes you do mistakes, and there was a mistake. We did mistakes in the game, and when you do a lot of mistakes in one game, it means that something is not working well, and especially that was in our head. So this is football. This is part of life, part of our career. So we had a good chance the next season. But when I think about my career, that day is still there. Fortunately, I have better memories.
I was going to say, you were fouled just before you got the red card. You were fouled in the build-up to that. So is that a good excuse?
It's not an excuse, but that's something that I was trying to explain before, because sometimes there are something that you cannot control. For example, in that moment before my red card was a foul. The referee didn't see. So I was in the middle of tackling everybody. I was there. Was not foul. It was crazy. So I had to control myself in a better way in the moment. But I was angry. I wanted to take the ball to win the ball back. You cannot control sometimes.
Can you explain what the dressing room was like after that game and the conversations that happened?
It was sadness. We were angry, but it was difficult to talk. It was very difficult. I cannot explain 100% because sometimes something has to stay in the changing room. But it was really bad, and it was difficult to talk.
Did you start looking ahead to the season after straight away? Did you have a conversation in the dressing room where you said, we use this for next season, or were you unable to talk about next season at that point?
After some minutes, some players were talking about it, were saying stuff like this, we will try again next season, heads up, recovery, and we go again, something like this. So This is what I can remember.
Were you thinking at that point that you would stay for another season, or were you thinking maybe that was the end for you? Because it was one of those moments we didn't know if Bielsa would be staying either, so it could have gone either way, I think, at that stage.
In that moment, it was difficult to know exactly what was going on, because for me, for example, I didn't know if I would have stayed or not. It was sad to think maybe leaving Leeds in that way, but I was ready for it. I was ready to leave. If I had to leave, I was ready to move on. But it was very difficult, and also to start the next season in the pre-season was difficult because the memory was still there. But that creates like a big fire in yourself, and we could see it when we started the following season. You have something inside that you want to get back what you started.
How difficult was it getting through the pandemic during the season after then? Because that must have disrupted what you were doing.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating because we were doing well in that moment. We were close to the end, so we wanted to finish how we were imagined, like try to win every game, to finish the season first, and celebrate in a normal way with everybody in the stadium, full stadium. This is what we were feeling, but with the pandemic, that was not impossible. Was not possible. So, and we didn't even know if we could have finished the season. So it was a bit frustrating. Yeah.
With the Swansea game, Can you tell us what it was like, that moment when Pablo scored? Because you went absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I think that was one.
Was that when you strangled Bamford, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I had Pat and other players after that. But yeah, it was one of the best memories of that season, and I think it's my best goal of the season because it gave us like crazy happiness. So difficult to control, yeah.
Did you know in the dressing room after that Swansea game, the season wasn't finished, the championship wasn't won, but did you know that you were going to do it at that moment? Because I think the fans felt that was the moment.
Yeah, we felt it already because after Derby was really, really sad. That moment after Swansea was exactly the opposite. It was different. I was different feeling comparing to that Friday when West Brom lost at Huddersfield. It was different because we were still on in the league. We were still not promoted, but we felt we were there. We felt that winning feeling, that we are there, we are so close and depends on us. That's it. So we were feeling strong. That was the best thing.
And was it nice to be together for the moment when West Brom lost at Huddersfield?
Yeah, but that day was, we went at the stadium to watch the game, and we were thinking about our next game against Derby. Okay, they play tonight, Brentford play tomorrow, they will win, so we go to Derby and we win that game. So we went to the stadium, we watched the game just to watch. We didn't organize anything because we didn't think anything else that to watch West Brom winning the game. So that was unexpected.
No beers until the game finished.
No.
And then lots of beers.
Yeah, after that, yeah.
Yeah, what was that evening like for you? Because we've seen it on the documentary. Have you watched the documentary, by the way?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah.
And how does it feel looking back on that? It's great to have that memory caught on film, isn't it? Because we missed so much of it as fans that is the thing that we now go to remember the championship.
Yeah, it's nice to watch and gives you like a really good memories. And it's good to see the celebration with everybody. To see also like old faces that players who are left or people who was not more with us. So it's good to see. It's good to watch.
Did you cry at any point during the championship, or is that not what Gaetano Berardi does?
Cry. Was not cry, but a moment like this was after Barnsley, when we won against Barnsley after the game. It was not crying, but it was really close for me.
Nearly. Do you feel like you were cheated out of a big memory because there were no fans in the stadium when we won the league?
I can say there was a point in the documentary where a guy said that this is, with the pandemic and with Leeds winning the league, this is the most Leeds think. I remember that guy saying this, and I think we have to take it this way.
But you still have your medal to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Medal, lots of photos,
and a scar on your knee.
Exactly.
So when you see today's Leeds United, and we are talking just ahead of the Man United game, what do you see?
I still see a good team with a lot lots of problems. Yeah, because they have problems. I mean, injuries and things to fix. But I still see a team alive, team who is trying to fight, who is trying to keep the league. So I'm still confident. And the good thing I remember when I was there is how I found the lads. They were in a good way, even if it was difficult. They knew that they had to face a difficult moment before Christmas, facing strong sides. So I think they know they have to react. They know how to react, and I'm sure they will do it.
So if you were in that dressing room on Sunday, what would you be saying to the lads?
I normally don't like to talk a lot in the changing room. I mean, not shouting, not screaming, just like it's a game starting. I like to talk more privately, maybe face to face, to say what I have in mind in the moment. Try to build the strong mentality, to try to build that power you need to go on the pitch. This is what I try to do every time. Also because there are in the changing room there are other players who like to shout more, to scream, to build the game in another way. So I see what the other players are doing, so I try to do other things.
So finally then, Gaetano, what was it like, that West Brom game, your final appearance at Elland Road? Can you just talk us through that?
It was very emotional. In the morning at the hotel, I was realizing that that was my last day. So I could see all the faces of the staff, of the players. They were coming to me, to Pablo, to talk about the last day, to ask things about the future. So it was starting to be sad already in the morning. But it was good because, like I said before, it was for me. It was like was my decision. So I knew what I had to face, what I wanted to face. I knew what step I wanted to take for my future. So I took that day in the best way as possible. And it was great. It was unbelievable. It was great feelings before, during, and at the end of the game. So unforgettable day.
And how do you reflect on your time at Leeds United now?
It was an amazing experience. And the good thing is that if I think about my career, I think about the Leeds part of my life. It's beautiful memory and a beautiful experience, even with mistakes, even with bad moments. A lot of bad moments because it was not easy, especially in the first years. But it's when you leave something, or when you leave a person, and that gives you a good feeling that the best, like I said before, that's the best gift.
And when football comes to an end for you, do you know what you will do next? Have you got a plan for what comes after football?
Not yet. Before finding the new club, I was trying to think to do something else because I was not sure to find a new club. So I started to think about the future, to see what I can do. So I will see if I can work in a club, like not being a coach, or try to see if I can be a coach. We'll see in the next years what my feelings are.
Well, if you don't become a coach and you don't stay in football, there's always a place for you on this podcast. It's only small, but you're always welcome.
Thank you very much. I was there at the studio last time in Leeds, and it was nice to be there. It's a good studio.
And it was lovely to host you as well. And Gaetano, thank you for your time at Leeds, and thank you for your time this afternoon as well. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure for me, and have a good work, and best of luck for everything.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thanks. You too.
Can we have a proper look out of your window? It's kind of not in focus, but it looks.
That's the Alps, isn't it? There you go.
Wow, look at that. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's better than the view from the window just out here, I can tell you. Gaetano, thanks.
Thanks
very much.
Thank you.
Speak soon,
Speak
mate.
to you later.
Bye now.
Yeah, speak soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
The Square Ball Podcast.